up. The pass rush did a phenomenal job. I mean, really, it all starts there. I think on both sides of the ball. Our offensive line, I'd say the same thing. Just the way they controlled the line of scrimmage the entire game. We played such a great complementary game, I think, offensively. Ran the ball very well against the number one run defense in the league. We were able to find a lot of completions, a lot of first downs, kept moving the chains, scoring touchdowns when we got in the red zone. So, all the way around, it was a really solid performance by the entire team.
Next question's from Doug Mouton.
Drew, that first touchdown, when you pump to Alvin and Traquan runs free, what is sort of your progression on that? What are you looking for that? And pre-game, did you think that was a play that they would be biting on Alvin and you'd find somebody running free?
Yeah, absolutely. So you see the replay, and we've got two guys going vertically, Taysom and Traquan Smith. And so my eyes went to Taysom first and looked at like the safety grabbed him. I couldn't really see Traquan, couldn't really see the way the corner reacted. Just kind of had the rush in my face, so slid, moved, saw Traquan back of the end zone, let it fly. And it was funny because I got hit and I was going down, and Teron Armstead caught me, propped me up, and said, I wanted you to see this touchdown. So it's funny how offensive linemen catch that stuff, like they're blocking, and the minute that their guy sees that the ball's been thrown, their guy usually turns around, and then immediately the offensive lineman's eyes go down the field. So it was funny that he caught me, propped me up, and said, just wanted you to see this touchdown.
Is that the advantage of what Alvin has done through the first half of this season, that teams are going to overplay Alvin like that and you can use?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, Alvin's a weapon. They know that we throw screens to him. And so obviously that becomes kind of a big piece of cheese that you put out there sometimes.
Next question's from Mike Triplett.
Drew, it's hard to believe it was just 3 days ago that we didn't see you practicing on Thursday. First of all, was that a new shoulder injury that occurred during the Bears game, or something you've been dealing with?
Just something I've been dealing
with. And I mean, was there ever any doubt about this game, or it was just a maintenance thing that you wanted to?
No, there was no doubt, just maintenance.
And this is a few performances now where you've been on the injury list midweek, and then you've just come out lights out. I mean, is there something about sort of channeling that in any way, or getting you to focus in even more, or coincidence?
I would just say that sometimes the recovery is as or more important as the preparation itself.
Next question's from Jarrett Bell. All right, we'll follow up with next questions from Brooke Kirchhoffer.
Hey, Drew, what was it like having Michael Thomas back and really just everyone on offense healthy for this game?
Listen, it was great. It's great to have everybody back there. I know Mike was excited. I know Emmanuel Sanders was excited. I think, honestly, my biggest thing coming to the game was just to keep those guys just calm, and slowly kind of bring them back into it, and not make it to where it's one of these where all of a sudden expectations are at a certain level and, they're each playing 60 snaps and it's just, too much. So I think, man, the balance of how much those guys played, their production, just kind of getting re-indoctrinated back into it, I thought was perfect.
And if I can follow up to that, just the offense as a whole, you're really just able to spread the wealth as far as just the amount of talent you guys have on offense. How big is that at this point in the season?
Well, it's great, but you gotta execute. I mean, so it's when we're calling plays, when we're thinking about personnel groups, when we're thinking about matchups, it's about putting our guys in the best position to succeed. It's about creating tempo, creating rhythm, playing complementary football, spreading the ball around. And I think today was just a great example of all that.
Last question's from Doug Mouton.
From a play calling rhythm standpoint, was this as good as it's been in a while? It seems like they were off balance every play.
Yeah, I think we played with great tempo. I thought that Taysom Hill was a huge contributor today. That's probably the most carries he's had in a game, and then throwing a couple key passes. The run game and pass game, and now you throw in a weapon like Taysom Hill who can run or pass, and just pick your poison. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Drew. All right, we have Cam Jordan. First questions from Luke Johnson.
Cam, what's the celebration like for the D-line group after one of your own gets a pick, especially when David Onyemata gets to say he got an interception off of Brady now?
Man, I mean, the fact that Marcus got his hand on the ball and it tipped my way, and I got two fingers on it. I was like, oh, I need more than that. And then David Onyemata comes in with the pick. He supposed to head to the numbers, but he headed towards us. But I immediately just super excited for my guy. I mean, the way that he ran to the ball, and then I was like, we headed to the cam, baby. I was like, we're not even headed to the regular end zone. We got to go to the cam. And I thought the water was a little bit more slippery than it was going to be. In my mind, I wanted to hit the little penguin slide, but I was like, that doesn't, the ground was too dry. So I had to hit a little major roll. My roll looked sweet, though. It was planned and perfect. So I wanted to, but it just wasn't wet enough to slide. But that's a huge play for us. And, I mean, honestly, we started off the game with pressure on Brady. I think got a hand on his elbow. I was trying to go for the ball. And it really just took off from there. You talk about, David Onyemata played his got to keep PG, played his butt off. As well as, Trey Henderson, in my mind, should have had 2 or 3 sacks. I mean, he had a sack, which was taken away by a penalty. Erroneous flag came from nowhere, whatever that is. The next play, I thought I sacked him, but Trey sacked him. I was like, Malcolm had a sack, I had a sack, Trey had a sack. And then they were like, Trey had 2 sacks, Malcolm had a sack. And I was like, oh, but I could have swore I bombed him. Okay. At the end of the day, it's about this win. I mean, our job was to get Tom Brady off the spot. And I mean, we all know he gets that ball off hot. Even as we were hitting him, as we were getting hands on him early and often, he's still the second greatest quarterback for a reason. I mean, he's getting that ball off hot.
Next one's from Doug Mouton.
Cam, I looked back at Tom Brady's quarterback ratings, and I think this was his worst quarterback rating in a game in 17 years. How good would you say it was overall on defense today? I'm guessing it can't get much better than that, right?
I mean, we had a lot of things going our way. I mean, from jump, we were getting pressure again early and often. If you want to go through that last sequence I just gave you. But honestly, kudos to the D-line. Shout out to the DBs. Everybody had their hands involved. I mean, we knew if we get them off the spot, we got them out of running the ball early. I don't know what they ended up running the ball for, but 9 times. All right. Oh.
9 yards.
Oh, I was like 9 attempts. Yeah, I was like, we didn't see much run, but 9 yards is even better. That's a hell of a stat right there. Shut down the run, you get to have some fun, and we had a whole lot of fun tonight.
Next one's from Luke Johnson.
That's one, folks. Ooh.
Hey, Cam, since I know you are somebody who's had fun with this before, what was it like getting a up-close and personal look at Jameis eating a W at the end of the game on camera?
Hey, next question. I'm not answering. Oh man. What's important is we got a dub. And Jameis took some snaps, and he finished the win. We wanted to pitch a shutout. We played our butts off.